Good morning. So when we last left off with Nehemiah and the Israelites, we saw that they had just implemented the three biggest changes that needed to be implemented to get the people back on the spiritual right track, if you will. So then in chapter 11 and the first half of chapter 12, we really see a detailed accounting of who stays in Jerusalem, who goes, and how they decide that. So it's really just a bunch of names, and it's a lot of clerical work. So we're going to skip through that and hit the big points of the rest of chapter 12. We see in verse 27, it says, "At the dedication of the wall of Jerusalem, they sent for the Levites wherever they lived and brought them to Jerusalem to celebrate the joyous dedication with thanksgiving and singing, accompanied by cymbals, harps, and lyres." And then we're going to ... to verse 43 where it says, "On that day they offered great sacrifices and rejoiced because God had given them great joy. The women and children also celebrated, and Jerusalem's rejoicing was heard far away." So we see here that there is a dedication to the wall. And I think that this is an important point to note, because remember when we started this study in Nehemiah, we saw that it was about accomplishing goals, getting stuff done for the Lord. And one of those things was making a public statement and a declaration of this is the thing that we're going to accomplish. So we see here that yes, the people did do that, and they're dedicating and taking time to celebrate their achievement of that goal. And so even though some of it is an earthly goal, we built a physical wall, it's okay to celebrate physical victories and goals in the earthly realm. It's also okay to celebrate spiritual victories like baptisms and milestones in people's life and true repentance and spiritual birthdays. Let's celebrate those things as well. So we see here, first, celebrate those achievements, celebrate those goals achieved. The second thing we see is that during their celebration, they're rejoicing because God had given them great joy. So they never lose sight of the fact that even in their celebration, they're praising the Lord and they're giving Him credit for the achievements. We should keep that in mind when we celebrate our achievements, that the ultimate glory belongs to the Lord. And the reason we should be accomplishing goals in the first place is to have those ulterior motives of this is ultimately for God, to better the kingdom, to get me in a position to do this other thing for the Lord, or just out of obedience. The Lord told me to do it. So those two things, celebrate your achievements, give glory to the Lord, and then this dedication provides a moment of rest on the journey. We're going to see in chapter 13, next week we're going to finish up with five final implementations of Nehemiah. But we see here that this isn't the end. I like to tell the youth that your spiritual journey is like one of those moving sidewalks at the airport. You know, they're not going very fast. But if you're going the wrong way on a moving sidewalk and then you stop to rest, you don't stand still, you move backwards. And that's your spiritual life. If you stand still in your spiritual state, you're not moving. Your default not moving state is actually moving you away from God. That's your sin desire moving you away from the creator of the universe. And so we have to actively fight. So yes, while they took a pause or a Sabbath, if you will, to rest and rejoice, it was just a rest for the next part of their journey. And so we need to be the same. When we pause and we celebrate those moments, we don't need to dwell in the rest forever. We need to rest for the next part of the journey. That's what they did here in Nehemiah, and that's what we need to do as well. So, as we look forward to next week, to ending the study of Nehemiah, may you celebrate your wins, rest this weekend, and the Lord be with you today. Get ready for what's next.